Did you know that, even in the 21st century, women still face enormous economic and financial barriers? From the gender pay gap to limited access to credit, the landscape may seem discouraging. But here's the important part. Together, we can change this reality. In this video, I'll reveal the 5 most common financial barriers for women, and most importantly, how we can break them down step by step. This video is for you. Whether you're a young woman starting your career, a mum balancing the household budget, or a migrant woman building a new future, are you ready to transform your relationship with money and empower yourself financially? Let's dive in. 1. The gender pay gap, breaking the glass ceiling. Let's start with a classic, the gender pay gap. According to recent data, women in Spain earn, on average, 20% less than men for the same work. Why? It's a mix of discrimination, fewer opportunities in leadership roles, and the infamous motherhood penalty. And for migrant or racialized women, the gap is even wider. In Latin America, the situation isn't much better. Studies show that women in the region earn, on average, 24% less than men, with even higher disparities in countries like Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina. Additionally, many women work in informal sectors, lacking basic labor rights, which worsens inequality. For Indigenous and Afro-descendant women, the gap is even more alarming. In Brazil, for example, black women earn 44% less than white men, and in Mexico, Indigenous women often earn up to 50% less than the national male average. These inequalities reflect not just gender issues, but also race and class barriers, creating complex challenges for millions of women. How can we break this barrier? Get informed. Research what others in your role earn, and don't hesitate to ask for what you deserve. Learn to negotiate. Prepare with solid data and practice confidence when asking for a raise. Build support networks. Join professional women's groups to share experiences and learn from others. Remember, every euro, dollar, or peso you earn has value. Don't settle for less than you deserve. 2. Financial literacy, the power of knowing your money. Financial education is essential, but here's a spoiler: we don't learn it in school. Many women grow up not knowing how to manage personal finances, invest, or plan long-term. This leaves us more vulnerable, especially in situations like divorce, economic crises, or unexpected emergencies. It's also crucial to recognize that we don't all start from the same place. If you're a woman with privilege, you may have more access to educational resources or financial tools, but if you're a migrant, Indigenous, or Black woman, the challenge might be greater. You could face barriers like low income, a lack of resources in your language, or even direct discrimination. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. How can you overcome this barrier? Start with the basics. Learn to create a monthly budget. If you're just covering essentials, focus on managing expenses first. Free financial apps can help you stay organized without needing much time or money. Find accessible resources. Find accessible resources. In the USA, organizations like Career One Stop and local workforce development programs offer free resources for job training and career advancement. In the UK, platforms like National Careers Service and charities such as Women into Tech provide free courses and workshops, often with a focus on women and underrepresented groups. For women in South America, programs like Platzi or Laboratoria offer affordable or free tech and business courses with scholarships specifically for women. Additionally, major companies like IBM and Google often run global initiatives providing free or low-cost certifications. Explore local associations, community centers, or government-funded initiatives in your area for tailored support. Continuous education. If you have internet access, explore platforms like YouTube or blogs in your language that teach personal finance. Some are designed specifically for women and can be incredibly helpful. Invest gradually. You don't need large sums to start. Many platforms allow small investments, even from €1 or $1, which is key if saving is already a challenge. Pro tip: find inspiration in stories of women who started from scratch and made significant progress. You can do it too. 3. The weight of gender roles, more than an invisible burden. Women still take on most unpaid tasks, from childcare to household duties. This directly impacts our ability to earn and save. For migrant, Indigenous, or Black women, this burden is often even heavier. For example, if you're a migrant woman, you might face precarious jobs or limited access to childcare services. What can you do? Negotiate at home. Talk with your partner or family about fairly dividing responsibilities. Prioritize your time. Focus on activities that boost your financial stability, like finding formal employment or training yourself, rather than juggling informal jobs that exhaust you without growth. Seek support. Many organizations offer specific services for migrant women or vulnerable communities, such as subsidized childcare or job training workshops. You're not alone. Surround yourself with networks of women who understand your challenges and can support you. 4. Limited access to credit and financing. Yes, you can start a business. Did you know that women, especially those from minority groups, face greater difficulties accessing credit or financing for entrepreneurship? Studies show that racialized women often receive less financial support, even when their projects are just as solid as others. How can you overcome this obstacle? Prepare thoroughly. Create a clear and professional business plan. While it may sound daunting, many NGOs and aid programs can guide you step by step. Explore alternative options. Crowdfunding platforms, microloans, or financial cooperatives designed to support women can be solutions. Rely on your community. Connect with entrepreneurial women in your area to learn from their experiences and expand your opportunities. Remember, even with limited resources, your perseverance and creativity can open doors that seemed firmly shut. 5. Fear of failure, the invisible enemy. Finally, let's talk about the fear of failure. Often, we don't take a step forward because we think, what if it doesn't work? This fear can be even stronger if you come from a precarious background where every euro, dollar, or peso counts, and mistakes feel more costly. How can you overcome this fear? Shift your mindset. View every failure as a lesson. What matters isn't how many times you fall, but how you get back up. Take small steps. If risking it all feels overwhelming, start with small, safe moves. For example, save a little each month before venturing into investing or starting a business. Find inspiration. Learn from women with similar backgrounds who overcame comparable obstacles. Their stories aren't just examples, they're guides. Conclusion: the future is in your hands. This video isn't just about identifying barriers, it's about finding solutions that work for you. Change begins when we decide to take control of our finances and believe in our worth. Thank you for joining me on Purple Empowerment. If this content inspired you, give it a like, share it with another woman who needs it, and subscribe. Together, we can create a community of empowered women ready to overcome any challenge. See you in the next video.